So, Jace, thanks for coming on today. What a transition you've been through SEC all the way to the World Series a couple weeks ago. How are you handling everything?
It's great. I mean, it comes pretty fast. That SEC season felt like a drag up until the end. It just felt like it flew by. Um, it was long and a hard season, really hard season. Taught me a lot of things. Took that week off to get my body recovered and all that. And joining this team, it's a great experience. It was great to join in and instantly feel connection with my teammates. It was good.
So, you kind of grew up around Burlington baseball. So, before we dig into the weeds, like your dad being a legend here, what was growing up around your dad and like local baseball in Burlington like?
Growing up around my dad, it was great. It's a big misconception that he forces me to play baseball. Like, it's big, but he told me, if you want to play baseball, that's fine. It's up to you. But if you do, we're going to work hard. And he's instilled that in my brain from the day I started working. And it's been a great experience. And I love that me and him can share that bond. And it's been fun. As far as West Burlington, I mean, I love how close-knit this community is. It's great having fans and knowing who's there to support you all the time. It's great.
So you mentioned it there, but you're one of the few to complete like the Burlington Triathlon, West Burlington High School, SEC, and now the Burlington Bees. What has kind of the last leg been like now being a part of the Bees?
It's kind of, it's like a full circle moment for me because as a little kid, I would come to Bees games. I always wanted to play for the Bees. So when I finally got to put on that jersey and walk out on the field, it felt great. When I was a little kid driving home from travel ball tournaments, SEC always had their field lights on at night, and I always looked at my parents and I told them, like, I want to play there. I didn't know what it was, who was there, but I was like, I want to play a night game on this field, and it was great when I got to put on that Blackhawk jersey.
So, a two-part question for you. You mentioned the lessons you learned at SEC. What specifically did you take away from that season? And then kind of how does that turn over into this season? What do you look to work on this summer?
First and foremost, how to be a great teammate. How to support your guys when you're struggling, when they're struggling. It's really important because when you're going against every other team in the nation that's number one, number two, you got to have each other's back. So it was really it was a great lesson, I would say, because coming here, it's been easier for me to be able to put that lesson into action and kind of be that go-to teammate for my guys if they need it. So
you have a unique style. You're the ultimate leadoff guy. Lots of speed, like to run the bases. Kind of what developed the way you play, and how do you enjoy playing that type of baseball?
Growing up, everyone as a little kid, they want to hit the home runs and all that. I always did. Kind of learning from a young age, especially with my dad knowing baseball, he kind of taught me, you're not going to do this. You got to know your game. And it's fun. I mean, I like being the odd guy out. I mean, I like doing the little things. It's more enjoyable. It makes the game more fun, for sure.
So 2 games into your Burlington Beat career, some pretty memorable moments for you, but let's look at last night's game, that 15-14 win. You had that game-winning run. Just take me through yesterday's game and obviously that moment at the end.
Yesterday's game, we definitely came out with a chip on our shoulder. We had that little bit of a losing streak going, and we wanted that to be over pretty quick. And it was a big-time game for us offensively, kind of the breakthrough we needed. We got some pretty important zeros from our pitching staff too in there. 7 innings of zeros that's a tough team. I think they're top of our league too. So, but yeah, I got on third last night. I wanted that game on my shoulders. I wanted to be the one to either win it or make us go to another inning, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
So I know it's early, but You know, you had a big bonding moment yesterday in that game. What have you enjoyed about this team and this clubhouse so far?
Just how everyone is instantly together. I walked in the locker room day one, and like 3 seconds in, Preston's already coming up to me, introducing himself. It's great locker room. Everyone having each other's backs. Everyone loves each other. It's a great feeling, and I love this clubhouse.
So now that you have 2 games under your belt, are there any specific goals that you look to achieve in the rest of the summer?
Just be a better teammate. Most importantly, be a better person. Take the highs with the lows, because baseball is one of the hardest games to be successful at. So you just got to be able to push through it and hopefully get this team on a winning streak in whatever way I can, whether that's in the dugout, on the field, whatever I can do to help.
So final question for you. It's youth baseball and kids takeover day at Community Field today. If you had to give any baseball advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Listen to your dad a lot more, yes. Listen to your dad, because he was so smart. I mean, he is still. He knows so much about the game, and if you would have just listened to him a little bit sooner, you might be a little better off than you are right now.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on here today. It was great to have you.
Thank you for having me.